What's up guys, this is KH Limited. Today I have another video for you guys, and this video I want to do for a while, but I didn't really get the time to, and I just decided that it's time to do it, and it is top 5 Kingdom Hearts quotes. So without further ado, let's get started. My number 5 quote is by Riku, and he says, "I walk the road to dawn." It may be a simple quote, but in my experience, because Riku is my favorite character, I think this is one of the most important quotes that he's ever said. Because not only did he go through all the hardships that he went through the darkness, he had to make a lot of sacrifices, things like that. Then this was his final answer, basically to Ansem, saying where he was. Answer kept on questioning him, "Are you scared of the darkness? Are you part of the darkness? What are you?" And Riku never answered himself. So this basically was the answer and confirmed what was he part of. He's not part of the light or either the darkness, he's in the middle, and he walks the road to dawn. So by dawn he means basically in the gray area between the light and the dark, and that's where he walks, and that's basically where he stands on his opinion and where he's at. So I think this is a really important quote and really important to him because it was his final answer to Ansem, who's been really pestering him all this time, and I think it's just really important to Riku, and is my number 5 quote. Number 4 is "Looks like my summer vacation is over" by Roxas. And this obviously is a really sad moment, because not only was Roxas not real, he was non-existent. He never really had much of a life either when he was living. He only lived for about a year, and in the data world he only lived about for a few days. And it was really sad because he had to give up so much sacrifices. He had to give up his 2 best friends, Xian and Axel. He forgot about Axel. Xian wasn't real, and now when he was in this world and he forgot about that, he had to lose these friends because he found out that he was non-existent, and now he has to give up his life. His life really sucked for him, so this is a really sad life, knowing that this was like the final time you were gonna see him, and now he's like in Sora. So this was the final time you're really gonna see him physically, and it was a really sad moment. Just his line just made you emotional, and just hearing this was kind of sad for Roxas, and you know that basically that his life is over and now he's gonna have to make the final sacrifice for himself and let go of his life and go into Sora. So I thought this quote was really emotional, and I thought it was an amazing quote, which is why it's my number 4 quote. Number 3 is "The three of us will always be one" by Aqua. This really reminds me of the concept of Kingdom Hearts, where they say everyone's heart is connected, and this quote really reminds me of that because Aqua says the 3 of us will be one. So she's talking about obviously herself, Terra, and Ventus, and I think this is the biggest example of their hearts being connected, because no one is more separated than these 3. Aqua is in the Dark Realm, Terra's been taken over by Master Xehanort and is being used as a vessel, and Ventus sleeping in Castle Oblivion. So these 3 are really separated, they're far apart, they're very distant, and still they're connected in a way. So I think this is an amazing quote. So it really just brings us back and makes us think, oh, these 3 have been through so much, but they're still connected at the end, and they are going to be brought out in Kingdom Hearts 3 hopefully. So I think this quote was just awesome, just letting us know how those 3 are always connected and there's nothing breaking the bond between them. Number 2 is "If you have a dream, don't wait, act" by Axel. And this is a quote which is really relatable by almost everyone, and it's basically just the saying is, if you want to do something, if you have a dream, if you really want to do anything and just want to succeed, you got to go at it and not just wait and be lazy over it. You just got to make sure you try it out. Don't ever just like think about it like too much or overthink it. You should just go at it, whatever your dream is. Like for me personally, I always want to make YouTube videos. I did have a few accounts in the past, but they didn't really work out. But my dream is still YouTube. It's something I enjoy. I love editing. I love making videos for people, just to get information out there, just something to entertain people, because I do get entertained myself by other YouTubers, and if I could do this for other people, I think it's really cool. My dream is kind of being a YouTuber, and now that I'm actually doing this, it's amazing. That's why I love this quote. It really tells you to do what you want. If you have a dream, just to go for it and really succeed at it. That's why this quote is my number 2 quote. And finally, my number 1 quote is "The closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes" by The Mysterious Voice. It's basically just someone who's talking in Sora's head. And what I love about this quote is that it has so much meanings, and you could really relate this quote to the topic of Kingdom Hearts anywhere you are, and it has a lot of perspective. So obviously there's a physical obvious meaning of the closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes, so it makes sense like that. But there are a lot of meanings to it, like too much of something isn't good. So for example, if you have too much light, that isn't good. There should be an equilibrium and equality between darkness and lightness, which is actually what Master Xehanort is trying to achieve, and Sora's trying to stop him. So I don't really understand that. So yeah, Master Xehanort may be good, I don't know. So yeah, basically this quote is awesome because it has so much different perspectives. It's really deep. No one really knows the actual true meaning about it, and which is why I love this. I always love things that no one actually knows the meaning of it. It's something that you could just make theories about and you really have to think about. So that's why I love this quote. It's just awesome how it has a lot of different meanings and the meaning isn't obvious. So that's why this one is my number 1 quote, and I may make a video on this in the future trying to make a theory of what this exactly means. And if you guys have any suggestions of what any of these quote means, you can put it down in the comments below. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. These are my top 5 quotes. Remember down below to put your top 5 quotes or any quote that you love in the Kingdom Hearts series. Remember to quote it down below. I'd love to read them, man. And if you want for bonus points, you can tell me why you love them. I'd love to read that too. So thank you guys for watching, and remember, the possibilities for Kingdom Hearts are unlimited. Later.